Yeah, I believe in Santa. Do you believe in Santa? I've been doing it for a long time. And if you've watched my first video, my intro video, you know I've been a professional Santa for 25 years. But that isn't all. I'm also a published author of 17 books in several classifications. And the 17 books, most are Christmas related, including a series of 7 children's books about my elves. And for serious Christmas lovers, I have the Santa Claus trilogy, which is a 3-book compilation of how Santa Claus came to be and what took place all the way up to modern day. And I released even a new version of The Night Before Christmas, but told from Santa Claus's perspective, entitled The Christmas Eve Journey. Here's a picture of it. Now, if you're contemplating becoming a Santa Claus or Mrs. Claus yourself, then these books will help you in many ways, from reading stories to kids to helping you develop Santa's origin story for your visits. But I'm not going to talk about that today. What's interesting is when I appear at like book shows and signings, like at Barnes and Noble and stuff, I'm asked a lot of times, which came first, the author or the Santa? And the answer actually is neither. My true origin story involved with my wife, Mary. And yes, we are Joseph and Mary. And before we got married almost 28 years ago, we were both deeply into decorating for Christmas. And I had brought into our marriage a handful of Department 56 porcelain Christmas houses. And I just had a few of them, about 5 or so. And after we set them up, Mary said, "Oh, we need more of these." Now, this is how far back this goes. At the time, eBay was in its infancy. I mean, it was barely out there. But the problem with Christmas houses is they're only sold during Christmas. So we had to start using eBay, and boy, I'll tell you, we hunted eBay for every piece we could find. Then, once we started to gather the houses, we needed the elves that went with the houses. And then we needed the accessories to go with the elves. And then we needed street lights and walkways, which was followed by miniatures to enhance the village. In other words, we had like little barrels of reindeer food and gift wrap and ribbons. And it's just, well, you get the idea. They were all built for our village, and we spent hours building that village. Our North Pole developed into a huge annual project that brought lots of visitors and open houses for our church family, particularly, our youth group, because we were actually youth counselors at the time. So I was so inspired by our Christmas village and the joy it brought us, and anyone else who came by during the season, that I began writing books at Mary's urging about the North Pole and all that went on up there. And that was when I came up with the brilliant idea to dress up for Santa at one of our next open house celebrations. Now, As you will see by this first picture, this was my first attempt at being Santa Claus. And I'll tell you, even though I look nothing like that now, it's still, I had so much fun and it brought me so much joy that I actually decided at that point to try and improve my desire to be more Santa-esque, if you would. So that led to Santa luncheons, and obviously better Santa suits and boots, then education, and so on and so forth. Within a couple of years, I looked more like this rather than the first picture. And all the while, I was still writing and producing more books. Now, they hadn't been published yet, but they were going to be. So I guess you could say that truthfully, Mary and I lived at the North Pole long before we became Santa and Mrs. Claus. Now, so that's my origin story. And if you enjoyed hearing that, let me know in the comments what might inspire you to put on the red suit. And if you're already doing so, do us all a favor and share your origin story, how you became Santa or Mrs. Claus, and what's the most fun you have out of it. And for gosh sake, please, this is a new channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe for more thoughts on how to be Santa Claus and to help me out. Thanks so very much for watching. See you next time.